Yeah,
saying,
that would block me.
just talk about how the vibes have been.
How
do you keep this kind of thing rolling?
Keep doing what we're doing. Don't get too high, don't get too low. We know it's going to be tough parts of the season, of the games. So, yeah, we just got to keep sticking what we're doing.
You know basketball can change quickly, and it certainly has. Does this turnaround even kind of surprise you a little bit?
No, not really. I think I told y'all before that we was going to turn it around at some point. So, yeah, I'm happy it happened that quick. But, yeah, we just got to keep it rolling.
I think of your dunk last game. 360.
My wrist swole still.
Seriously?
Yeah, so probably about I get that one a 8.5.
8.5?
Yeah.
I saw a high school clip, by the way. It was in one day.
When I had the black jersey on? Yeah, that was alright right there. Yeah, that one was alright.
I gotta ask you though, new shoe deal. Just like, how cool is that as a kid, coming up from Arkansas to be able to just sign a new shoe deal like that?
Yeah, it's amazing. To have my logo on the sneaker, to have it's my shoe, to be able to send them all to my hometown for free. Yeah, that's everything. That's all we dreamed about coming from where I come from. So I'm happy about it.
I also want to ask you about Devin Carter. When he came in, when he got drafted, you were really high on him. You knew about him. What have you seen from him his rookie year so far?
Poised, ready for the moment, and yeah, he just like I said, I knew he was gonna help us. I just didn't know how. He rebounds crazy, defends crazy. Of course, he just ain't got enough time to guard the best guys. Seeing film, after he get a few more games under his belt, I feel like he's gonna just keep elevating.
How did the peak deal kind of come together, and maybe from the genesis to where it is today?
My brother told me it's probably my turn to make my own legacy, and I didn't think I could do it with Nike, of course. They got too many guys. I'll be way too far down the line. So yeah, we just tried to start something fresh. I feel like peak up and coming, and of course I am right now in the NBA. So we just put everybody together, and I think we're gonna explode.
Do you have some creative control as a guy who's so into fashion? Do you get to kind of say what's what with your shoe?
Of course, I got a lot of. You would think I switch if I didn't. So yeah, man, I got a lot of control. The first year, of course, gonna be shaky because we're getting everything in order, but a lot more stuff gonna be coming out this summer and next year. So look out for it.
I know you guys go game by game pieces, right? But like this next stretch is pretty key, especially on the road after the Warriors on Wednesday. Do you guys look at that, like what's about to come up right now?
Yes and no. It's kind of hard not to look at it because of how long the road trip is. All the good teams we playing. But that's why you're in the NBA. I think you want to go out there and get challenged. If every game is easy, I don't think you're like that. So I'm looking forward to the challenge.
You guys were 6-13 before the change to Doug in those clutch situations, and you're 5-0 since. What's been the difference in your mind in those moments?
In my mind?
Yeah.
I'm not thinking as much. Everything is more simple. Not too many coverages. Not too many plays getting thrown at us. We got like 3 things we're gonna go to on offense and defense, and I think that just make everything simple for everybody.
You talked about the simplicity before, but I would assume that it's going to kind of swing maybe the other way when defenses understand that this is what they're doing that's more simple. So what's your mindset when it comes to that inevitable swing when teams do start adjusting to you guys?
You got me, you got Fox, you got Debo, you got Domas. You got to make a play. That's what we get paid to do, and that's what we're going to do. The defense adjust, that just means we need to adjust our game too, and I think that's what we've been doing, and we're going to continue to do it.
Now, one of the things that you guys have really improved in is your ability to finish games versus maybe the first month or so of the season. What would you pinpoint if you look at that and say, what do you think it is that you guys are being able to finish and not letting these games get away from you guys in the fourth quarter?
Of course, we're hitting a little bit more shots now. Getting a lot of loose balls now. I think we first in transition defense, so that's a big key, taking care of transition. But yeah, I just feel like we're getting a little bit more rebounds, 2 or 3 more rebounds that they usually get that cost us a game. So it's just the little things we're doing more.
Is it, seeing kind of with the Warriors up next, What do you just kind of make of what they've been doing over the past 10, 15 games?
What the Warriors have been
Yeah.
doing? I mean, they haven't been playing well, so kick them while they're down.
Is it tough when you get a team that's been on the back end of a 40-point loss like that?
I mean, the ones that we saw were kind of when we were on the East Coast trip. I think OKC blew out New York, then New York blew out Milwaukee, and Milwaukee hit us. So obviously you don't want to be that team that, lets a team right their wrongs. So we have to go in and obviously continue to play the way we play them. But like I said, you want to in this league, you got to be able to kick teams while they're down.
How I don't know if surprising is the right word, but I know you're such a big fan of Sabonis, and to see him, what he's doing from the perimeter, leading league in three-point shooting, just how incredible is that to see?
Yeah, I mean, the work that he's put in, but we want him to shoot it more. To me, I feel like teams aren't respecting it just yet. And obviously, I think he's shooting like 2.5, almost 3 a game. Obviously, we don't want him to, not feel comfortable taking more, but if he's open, obviously Jay always preaches it, and we want him to let it fly. So if he's able to continue to do that, obviously that helps our offense that much more because it brings his guy out of the paint. It allows him to drive even more, and it just helps our team overall. But I mean, it's been great to see.
When you see Debo in the block, that play you guys run there, why is that so effective? Specifically when he goes one-on-one and is able to dish it out. Why is that play so effective, do you think?
I mean, anytime you put 2 on the ball, especially against us, I mean, I feel like with the type of team that we have, it makes our offense that much easier. And for some odd reason, I'm only shooting like 32%. My guy never goes. Like we're playing Houston and a men's guarding me. I'm like, bro, go help your teammate. Like,
Straight up.
Debo's just scored 4 times in a row. He's like, nah, I'm not going anywhere. But I mean, those are things that like we talked about even when Debo was first coming to the team. Like, there are times where you can go one-on-one and teams are just not going to help. I mean, obviously, when he gets it rolling, like he can get it rolling, just as best as anyone in the league, possibly ever. Once you have to commit another defender to him, we're able to put teams in rotation. Even if we don't shoot a 3 out of it, you're able to snap drive, touch the paint again, and just get better shots.
What's the difference, all that being said, what's the difference in these last, you guys are 5-0 in your last 5 clutch games, you were 6-13 before the move to Doug. What was happening before, what was happening before you guys made the adjustments to what you were just talking about?
I mean, I think we just weren't getting stops a lot of the time. And there have been some games where we got good shots, just missed. I forget who we played where I hit Domas hit DeMar, he just fumbled the ball. Like, those things happen.
Is it ever not fun messing with Keegan?
No, never. It's always, I think Keegan's very lighthearted. Obviously, he doesn't talk that much. I mean, he talks around us. But he's always a great guy to be around for sure.
When you look at this run that you guys have been on, 9-2 under the Doug Christie era, obviously where you were in the standings when he started and where you are now a game out from 6, how much do you guys actually look at the standings when you're making these runs, and how important is that to motivate you guys to continue winning?
I mean, it's always big because you want to be outside of playing. Even if you're the 17, you can have you have a possibility of having 2 home games in the play-in, but you want to not even give that a chance to not make the playoffs. So every game is important. You want to go in thinking that way, especially in this conference. So obviously we're on a good run, but we want to be consistent in that.
You said you want to punch the Warriors while they're down. Obviously, a demoralizing loss for them yesterday. But when you look at this matchup with them and what's carried over from the playoffs 2 years ago, would you say it's a little more intense or it's a little more special when you take them on?
No, I wouldn't say so.
Talk about your 3-point shooting, 32%. You're aware of that number, but does your confidence get shaken at all, or do you just go, hey, I'm just going to trust the work I put in?
No, I trust what I've done. I mean, there are games where I shoot 50%. There's games where I'm 0 for 6. Like those things happen. But like I said, I just want to continue to try to be as consistent as possible.
Is the finger a thing of the past at this point?
I mean, like it doesn't necessarily like hurt a lot, but like if you were to throw me the ball like this, like it's gonna hit that. That's why I have to tape it. But hopefully in the offseason I'll figure out what I can do. Yeah, like that. Yeah, I mean if you throw me the ball like 9 times out of 10, you're gonna jam my finger again. So I have to put them together. But like I said, in the offseason we'll figure out something.
Fox just talked about how him and DeMar specifically are getting a little bit more comfortable with defenses and when they send help and when they don't. In your mind, what have been the differences in how you guys have handled those clutch situations that's led to success?
I mean, it's all the players, to be honest with you. More than anything, try to simplify it for them, put them in the best positions for them as decision makers to make decisions for themselves and for their teammates, and they've just done it at a really high level.
When it comes to simplifying things, you guys, a lot of the players have talked about simplifying things a lot, but could that swing the other way in the sense that like defenses could adjust to what you're doing as simplified, or do you just have the personnel to overcome that? Like, how do you view that coming?
I mean, adjustments are going to happen. So when the adjustments happen, you adjust to the adjustment. But at the same time, I think that when you pass early in a possession a lot just to pass, then you find yourself in butter clock situations that put pressure on the players. And I'm a little bit more of the mindset, get to your business, leaves you more time on the back end to, you know, if some stuff happens, you can adjust at that point, as opposed to shooting the ball with 4 or 5 seconds on the clock. Now you got to live with the result. Hopefully you get offensive rebound, as opposed to, you know, it didn't work. Now we still got 10 seconds to kind of manipulate the game a little bit. And those guys are really good in those instances, and that's really the simplification that I'm talking about.
What do you think this stretch of, and you talked about, you know, playing the right way, playing hard. When you put it on film, what do you think that's done to the confidence of this team, showing what they're capable of?
It's a good question. I just think more than anything, whenever you have success, and success to me doesn't always mean winning. Success to me means that we continue to do it right through the barriers that are in front of us. And that's more what we're showing them, is like, we continue to do what we do. We'll run against teams that they win the game because they were better that night, but that doesn't change how we go about our business. And I think those small increments of success in the long haul, they equal a big piece of it.
Do you see them kind of believing a little bit in this, right? Like, even talking to them, they've talked about how simplifying everything and just getting back to basics, and once they string a few wins together, it feels like it just takes some pressure off.
Yes, being a player, I understand that mentality, and I think many times that's what you want. You just want the ability to go out there and play free. So I give them structure. They still have structure, but inside that structure, I can't always tell you how it's going to go. They might read it, they might ice it, they might, you know, blitz you. It's a lot of different things that can happen. Like, we want this to happen, but inside of that, these are our options to overcome anything that they throw at us. And we have players that, in my estimation, are A, talented enough, and be smart enough to be able to accomplish that, and that's to their credit.
And along those lines, just what's been most impressive to you, because you obviously give them the messaging and they have to, you know, digest that somehow. Just what's been most impressive to you?
Probably the fact that they stayed the course, like, and that was part of my messaging. Like, listen, the end goal is to win, but it doesn't always happen that way. But the byproduct of doing it this way, in my estimation, with the talent that you guys possess, is winning. And sometimes when you're not feeling it, it's not going your way, you might want to, you know, regress to what you did, as opposed to staying true to what you're trying to do. And to their credit, they've been staying true to it.
A lot has been said about you, you know, simplifying things, and obviously the record that you've had since taking over. I got to ask, how much fun are you having in this role?
I mean, you know, we're playing and coaching basketball, and it's a game that you learn as a kid, and I just try to still bring the same joy for them to the game, and then to watch them have that joy is probably my happiest moment. It's like, that's what it's all about, you guys, and I think that that's what our fans feel, and I think that that's the product that you see on the floor.
With so many road games coming up before the All-Star break, just how do you view these next couple of weeks for the importance of your season? And do you focus on that, and is that part of your messaging to the guys, or is it just sort of, I don't know, one day at a time?
You know, we talked about it a little bit today. I kind of view this as one long road trip starting tomorrow. And it's going to, you know, when we come back off the road, we got a day and a back-to-back, and then another day and another game before we go to New Orleans. So when you look at it that way, Yeah, but at the same time, I'm a play to play, quarter to quarter, half to half, game to game, and that's the way that I'm going to keep them focused on, and that's the way the staff is going to focus on it. The PD players, coaches are going to focus on it. We just want to stay in the moment and live in the moment, and then at the end we can look back and see what's what.
You've worked with Sabonis a lot the last couple of years, and there's been so much talk about, hey, he's got to add a three-point shot to his game. But this year he's shooting with confidence, and he leads the league in three-point percentage. What do you think has been the difference for him?
I mean, he puts in the work, man. We put in a crazy amount of work in the summertime, like, you know, double sessions, going to the gym in the evening to shoot, working in the morning, lifting, and to do all that work and then not have the confidence to pull the trigger is something that I really emphasize to him. Like, listen, man, you put in the work. Your teammates see that you put in the work. They trust the fact that you do this and you do it at a really high level. Trust yourself and let it fly. And I really think that's probably the only difference is he's trusting himself at an extremely high level. You know, he'll miss something, he'll make more, but the trust is at a really high level for him. Let it go, and I think his teammates do. He makes great decisions. Sometimes he'll shoot it, sometimes he'll pump fake it, DHO it, put it on the deck, spray the basketball. All great decisions for his teammates and himself.
When it comes to Kevin, he's struggling a little bit. What's your message to him as the head coach right now? Fire in the hole. We believe in you. We trust you. We need you. Like, let that thing go, man, with the utmost of confidence. Like, that's what you do, and that's who you are. Go out there and be that. And I believe it'll happen. Everyone. I did this for almost my whole life, and ups and downs, different things. But when a coach believed in me and my teammates believed in me is when I came out of that the quickest. So for him, don't worry about anything, man. Shot to shot, and that's one thing about really good shooters is they die to the moment, and the next one is going in, and the next one is going in, and they might have missed those two. So that's how it is.